G'day, Rob Bailey from Bathurst. This is how I set my gates up. Oh, some of them are just stupid. Like that one. So this is a double gateway. First thing I do is lay my gates out. That way you won't muck it up. Actually, I'll walk you through it. So first thing I do is just set this gate up. So he's just hitting on that shoulder or that post. It's just hitting on there. Then we come to this gate. We want about a 40mm gap, 2 fingers. We stand him up, shuffle him just a little bit. That's not a bad gap there. So then the next thing we do is place that gate where we want him, have a look down that line to see where our strainer is going to go. Then lay this gate down. We'll grab our strainer. Same thing. We just want the edge of this gate just touching on this shoulder. Another way to do a strainer on your own, if possible, is just pick him up and plug him just like that. So every gate that we swing, we want to go back and hit that fence. That's why we always come to this shoulder of our post. That'll allow for our 20mm weld-on hinges that we'll be using shortly. So again, I'm just going to come in on the high side. Using that step tool, get a lot more control. Just go part way. So you got a little bit of resistance. And you can see we've just got to go away at the top. That's not too bad there. We'll go a little bit more. As you can see with the Thor hitter, a lot quicker than concreting or hitting him in with a tractor mount. I'll just move that top away again. A lot safer. Look at that. All in the time frame of about 30 seconds. One man on his own. So first thing we're going to do is hose all this ground down, eliminate any fire risk. Then we're going to set up our gates on these blocks of wood, get them all set nice and level and where we want them. Then we'll use our Rotech 20mm weld-on sockets. I absolutely love these gate packs. The reason I love these gate hinges or gate packs is you can set your gate to where you want and they will not change. Another reason I love these Rotech 20mm socket is if you're in an area where there's a lot of theft going on, you can actually turn one of your hinges on your gate upside down and your gate can't be lifted off the hinges. And I've never had one fail yet. Okay, so just to eliminate any fire danger, we're just going to hose all this down. Try not to get our world-class welder. because the wind's blowing fairly strong here today, we'll cover a nice big area. Once we're done welding, we'll go over the ground again. Right, so now we've got it all wet down. We've got our blocks ready to go. Put our gates in place. Just lean him up against that post there, mate. We'll drop our other one in place. You're going to sit there?
Yep.
Yep. All right, let's weld. So the sign of a good tradesman is the gates are level and the gap between these two gates is nice and even. So I always start my gate hinges with the pin, this part here of the pin to the strainer, this to the gate. I always start at the bottom, no particular reason, just always done it that way. The pin on the strainer just for strength. And I'm happy with that. And we always put 3 tacks just to stop that pin from twisting and moving. And then we'll put 3 tacks on this socket. So when we put both gates together, if we're not quite happy with it, we can just cut it, nick it, and readjust. And just looking down the gate, make sure it's all nice. Just gonna look down. Yep, I'm happy. I've just put that weld-on pin just below the stay assembly. Our wire will go just above the hinges there.
So we, as per usual with our fencing equipment as well, we like to use the best of the best for reliability, speed and everything else. We also prefer to use world-class welders and world-class wire, only for the fact that they work.
So as I was saying about putting one upside down to stop anyone from lifting a gate, it's just as simple as this. Okay, James. I just hold that one up a little bit. So because the 2 pins are opposing each other, you physically cannot take that gate off. That'll stop the buggers. So we've done all our tacks, just having a quick look before we finally weld out, finish welding it all out. Very happy with it. Our gap's not too bad there. Being old gates, they will have a little bit in them. Cocky has requested we reuse them, but I'm happy with that, so we'll weld out. So we always put a good coat of paint on him, just stop any rust. So there you have it. Nice gate, swung, everything's nice and neat. A little bit of practice and persistence, you can make a nice gateway such as this. If there's any contractors out there thinking about having a go at putting a video together with Tim, give it a go. Actually, I'll walk you through it. So, first thing you're right? Yeah. So first thing I do is just set this gate up. So he's just hitting on that shoulder or that post. It's just hitting on there. Then we come to this gate. We want about a 40mm gap, 2 fingers. We stand him up, shuffle him just a little bit. That's not a bad gap there. So then we're just having a look down our line. Fuck that. Want to cut that?